Italy this week began emerging from Europe's longest lockdown against coronavirus. After almost 8 weeks of closed businesses and shuttered shops, many employees and small business owners are becoming desperate. The virus may have hit the north of the country hardest, but it is the south where the informal or black economy plays a bigger role, where jobs and incomes there are disappearing fast. There are already signs that organised crime is stepping forward to fill the vacuum. Well, the mayor of Naples says the mafia is perfectly placed to take advantage.
I am very worried since we are already in a social and economic epidemic. It must not become a social contagion leading to crime. The mafia has money and it is not bureaucratic. It may portray itself as the one who makes sure you have food on the table and who helps you restart your business when it's in trouble. I am concerned we risk minimizing the extent to which the mafia can recapture economic and political power, as well as people's appreciation.
Well, there is an article on the BBC News website with some amazing first-hand accounts from people linked to the mafia who say they've been handing out food to needy families. It's also got the stories of small businesses who've been approached by the mafia with offers of so-called help. Sophia Bettiza is from the BBC World Service who wrote that article and joins me now. Sophia, thanks very much for joining us. It was quite interesting reading your article and the details of the many people affected in the south of Italy, not to mention the business owners that you've spoken to that have been approached directly by the mafia. What have they been telling you?
Well, I spoke to someone who used to be in the mafia, and he told me the mafia loves a crisis. They've got a lot of money to spend, and right now they'll be helping Italians in need who may have lost their jobs. And that's how they infiltrate society. So as you mentioned, I spoke to some business owners who have been approached already by the mafia. A restaurant owner in Sicily told me he's about to sell his restaurant, which has been shut since March. And he told me it's incredibly straightforward. Someone knocks on your door, they make an offer there and then. You can negotiate on the price a little bit, and that's it. You get the money transferred into your account in a matter of days. And that's really appealing for a lot of businesses who are struggling at the moment and who don't want to be in debt. He told me, right now, my business is sinking. And when someone throws a life vest at you, you can either choose to swim with your ideals. Sink with your ideals, or swim and survive.
What is the thinking, though, that they have no alternative but for this kind of support on the black economy, this mafia support? I mean, the government have said that they will loan businesses in need for some 20,000 euros or so. But, I mean, what are the concerns that these small businesses are not taking up that kind of an offer?
Yeah, exactly. As you mentioned, the Italian government has said that they will loan up to 25,000 euros to businesses in need. But many feel that it will be impossible to repay this because, restaurants, cafes, shops will reopen in a few weeks in Italy at the beginning of June, but they will have to do so under very strict social distancing rules, which means fewer customers and much less money. So many business owners I spoke to told me that they feel their only option would be to accept help from the mafia, sell their businesses now without many questions asked, because they feel that otherwise they'd be in debt forever. And an anti-mafia prosecutor I interviewed told me that if the Italian government doesn't step in right now to help businesses that are drowning, they will be thrown into the arms of the mafia.
You spoke to somebody, as you said a little earlier, that was connected to the mafia. Did that person give you any indication as to, why they are stepping in to help the community and what they're hoping to get out of this, apart from the obvious, which is, gaining more control over people?
Yeah, I spoke to somebody who has a mafia member who has been distributing food parcels to families in need in Italy. And that's, a tactic, a very ancient trick that the mafia has used for decades. It's a way for them to gain support and to step in as an alternative to the state. And, I tracked him down, I spoke to him, and he said to me, he gets phone calls from desperate people every single day who cry on the phone. They say they can't afford to buy food. He talked about a woman who has 5 kids, a young single mum, who calls him every single day in tears, doesn't know how to feed her kids. And so he said to me, if being a mafia member means I get to help women like this one, I'm proud to be a mafia member. But, it's just worth remembering that the mafia has never done anything out of the goodness of their heart or out of generosity. All these people that are getting help at this time, all these favors, at some point, they will have to be paid back in some form.
Okay, Sophia, thank you very much for joining us. And just to let our viewers know, Sophia's article is on the BBC News website. Please do take a look. The details of